Forget Antilia, forget Buckingham Palace. Hidden in India's heart lies a 700-acre royal megacity, a palace so vast its gardens could swallow both. This is Laxmi Vilas Palace, where kings once hosted tiger hunts in their backyard and rode private trains to breakfast. Today, we're storming the gates of India's best-kept secret, a time capsule of gold, guns, and glory that makes modern billionaires look quaint. Welcome to Luxury Buzz, the channel where we uncover the world's most extravagant assets, billionaire lifestyles, and next-level luxury tech. If jaw-dropping opulence is your vibe, hit subscribe, drop a like, and turn on notifications so you never miss a luxury deep dive. Historical grandeur and scale. Laxmi Vilas Palace wasn't just built, it was commissioned as a statement. In the late 19th century, when Indian royals were locked in a silent race for architectural supremacy, Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad III raised the bar. Completed in 1890, this four-story marvel was declared the largest private residence in the world at the time, fitted with every luxury imaginable. While much of India still hadn't seen electric light, this palace already had electricity, elevators, and even an internal telephone system, a technological marvel of its day. Completed 1890, 4 times the size of Buckingham Palace. Its scale, breathtaking. The original estate spanned over 700 acres, and inside stood 170 rooms, reserved solely for the Maharaja and Maharani. To put it into perspective, Mukesh Ambani's Antilia could fit into just a corner of this estate. This wasn't just a royal home, it was a kingdom under one roof. From freedom fighter Aurobindo Ghosh to master artist Raja Ravi Varma, the palace has hosted icons who walked these very halls, their footsteps echoing through its towering corridors. Architectural opulence, east meets west. Architecturally, Laxmi Vilas Palace is a true marvel of Indo-Saracenic design, a bold fusion of Hindu domes, Mughal arches, Gothic turrets, and Victorian symmetry. Imagine a fairy tale castle reimagined through the lens of Indian royalty. The design, led by British architect Major Charles Mant, wasn't just about size, it was about spectacle. Every detail was meant to awe. The palace was clad in golden stones from Songad, which gives it that warm, sunlit glow. Approaching the entrance, you're met with ornate arches flanked by fortress-like bastions. It almost feels like you're entering a medieval castle. But step inside, and you're in a world of plush carpets, grand chandeliers, and royal ease. Interestingly, symmetry was never the goal. Each wing boasts a distinct architectural flavor, and yet, together, they form a mesmerizing panorama. It's architecture that doesn't follow rules. It writes its own. Just like the Gaikwads, who envisioned a palace not locked in tradition, but one that redefined it. Lavish interiors and royal halls. Welcome to the Darbar Hall, the beating heart of Laxmi Vilas Palace. Spanning over 5,000 square feet, this majestic room once hosted royal courts, lavish banquets, and dignitaries from across the world. Look up, the ceiling is an artwork in itself, inlaid with mosaics of lapis lazuli, ruby red, and gold leaf, glowing under the soft flicker of massive bohemian crystal chandeliers, each one large enough to eclipse a modern living room. Yet, beneath the European elegance lies a pulse of Indian heritage. Lining the walls are sculpted busts, Rajput-era weapons, and portraits of deities, subtle reminders of the royal family's warrior past and spiritual roots. Wander down the corridors, and the grandeur continues. Gothic arches, Italian marble, and Hindu iconography coexist in flawless harmony. And tucked away in a side chamber, the gaudy hall, a throne room housing the royal seat, surrounded by priceless artifacts and heirloom artworks. Here, every chandelier whispers of royalty, every footstep echoes history. Priceless art and cultural treasures. The Gaikwads were legendary patrons of the arts, and Laxmi Vilas Palace is practically a private museum of their collections. Many of the palace walls are adorned with original oil paintings by Raja Ravi Varma, one of India's greatest artists. In fact, Varma himself created dozens of pieces for this palace, including stunning portraits of Hindu deities and regal family members. As you stroll through the corridors, you might come face to face with his depiction of Saraswati or a lifelike portrait of Maharaja Sayajirao Gaikwad, each framed in elaborate gilded beauty. And then there's the royal armor, known as the Pratap Shastragar. This private arsenal displays the Gaekwad's awe-inspiring collection of weaponry through the ages. But these aren't just any weapons. Many are historic, jewel-encrusted masterpieces. It's said that the palace houses swords once wielded by icons like Chhatrapati Shivaji and Emperor Aurangzeb, alongside daggers and sabers studded with diamonds, emeralds, and pearls. Imagine a sword with a hilt made of solid gold, or a flintlock pistol gifted by a European monarch. These are the treasures silently guarding the palace halls. It's a powerful reminder. The Gaekwads weren't just royalty. They were collectors of legacy, with the wealth and reach to acquire rare art and armaments from across the globe. Royal lifestyle of the Gaekwads. Laxmi Vilas Palace wasn't just built to impress. It was built to be lived in, but not by ordinary people. This was home to royals whose lifestyle operated on an entirely different scale. Remember those 170 rooms? They weren't for guests, diplomats, or visiting nobility. They were intended purely for the personal use of the Maharaja and Maharani. That's right, two people. The royal family of Baroda spared no expense in crafting a lifestyle that merged indulgence with innovation. To entertain guests, they didn't just rely on the grandeur of the Darbar Hall. The palace also featured cutting-edge amenities for its time. Indoor sports courts? Absolutely. The Gaekwads had an indoor badminton and tennis court, complete with polished teakwood flooring, so they could enjoy a match in royal style. And here's where it gets delightfully extravagant. The Gaekwads installed a miniature railway line inside the palace grounds. A real working train ran through the gardens, shuttling the royal children around their estate. Think of it as a private royal amusement park in your own backyard. At one point, there was even a private zoo on the grounds, letting the young princes and princesses grow up surrounded by exotic animals. Their daily life was a blend of leisure, luxury, and legacy. The Gaekwads regularly hosted British officers, European nobility, Indian freedom fighters, and renowned artists, treating them to Indian hospitality with the polish of European aristocracy. Polo matches and cricket games were routine on the palace lawns. In fact, the family still owns one of India's oldest cricket venues, the iconic Moti Bagh Stadium, located just beside the palace. And even today, the Gaekwads remain deeply connected to their heritage. During Navratri, they host an annual royal garba festival on the palace grounds, opening their gates to the public and celebrating alongside them. Here, royalty isn't just remembered, it's still very much alive. The opulence and legacy lives on. As we wrap up our journey through Laxmi Vilas Palace, one thing is clear. This isn't just a home, it's an era carved in stone. A royal megastructure that eclipses Buckingham Palace and dwarfs even the most modern billionaire mansions. Every dome, corridor, and artifact here whispers stories of power, artistry, and unapologetic opulence. But beyond the grandeur lies something rarer: legacy. Laxmi Vilas Palace isn't frozen in time. It lives on, still housing the Gaekwad royal family while opening its gates to the public. In a world obsessed with futuristic towers like Antilia, this palace reminds us that true luxury is measured not just in price, but in history, soul, and generational elegance. From the echoing halls of Darbar to the miniature royal trains, every corner of Laxmi Vilas Palace speaks of a forgotten grandeur that still breathes today. If this royal gem left you speechless, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more tours of the world's most jaw-dropping residences. What part of Laxmi Vilas Palace amazed you the most? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching Luxury Buzz. Until next time, stay inspired and stay luxurious.